Ground Cloud University.
Hello. Welcome to Ground Cloud University.
Democrats eat babies. And it freezes up.
Today we'll be talking about human trafficking.
Democrats eat. Hi, I was recently told that if I didn't complete my training videos, that I would lose out on bonuses that they give. I get bonuses just for doing my job, essentially. They have to do that now because kids don't want to, like, just, do their job. They have to, get a pat on the head and extra money. I have to spend the time to do this, This is, taking away from package delivering, but I have to do that. Because, I know most of the videos are pretty straightforward. Wear your seatbelt. I talked about that before. This is sex trafficking or human trafficking. They don't want to say the word sex, which is a serious thing. Yes, it does happen, and it happens around the world.
Democrats eat
human
babies.
trafficking because humans suck. There's always been slaves. There's always been, the mistreatment of women, mistreatment of immigrants. And this is not coming from that part of, your heart where you can have
Democrats eat babies.
You'd think it would, but it's not
Nothing
really.
short of psychological
Coming from this
child
new
abuse.
sort of
They hate
paranoia,
my kids. They hate
QAnon,
my kids. They hate
right-wing
your kids. They hate
friggin'
my kids.
realm
Yeah.
lately where they're obsessed with human trafficking. It does happen, like I said, and it's terrible. Okay, let me put that right out there. I think it's horrible. But when you have
Democrats eat babies.
people screaming at school board meetings because
off.
children shouldn't be wearing masks because that way they can be, abducted into the child sex ring things or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. It just gets a little ridiculous, and this is just part of that indoctrination here when the right wing tries to
Democrats eat babies.
School board. Did
Anyway.
the board will cover you politically and financially. Who will vote you out?
This is a required video series, okay? Okay, that's part of my duties now. I have to, and you look for things sometimes. I see more white-collar crime than anything else, but, they don't want us to look for that because they may get implicated. I'm pulled over by the side of the road, okay? I have my hazard lights on. My engine light is on. I have no gas cap. And I'm here to watch my training videos about safety. That has nothing really to do with anything except it's just like one of those things that they're trying to shove down our throats. Okay. I'm not sure which video they're going to want me to watch next. How about I'll have to watch Marjorie Taylor Greene speaking at Nick Fuentes' rally. So here are some of the signs that people might be sex trafficking. Okay, so like during the day, I'll be, making deliveries because, I'm just gonna start people watching in the middle of the day to see if there's any criminal activity, right? Okay, so people that seem to have a lack of knowledge of their surrounding areas. Okay, so people who just move in. I happen to be in a lake area where people have second homes, so if I see people wandering around. Someone that appears to have restricted or controlled communication or is unable to speak for her, himself. It's suspected victims that have signs of branding. Okay, so I'll have to look at people's skin. Rideshare drivers should pay attention to those in their vehicles. Okay. Do you hear talk about a pimp or needing to make a quota? Alright, well, sometimes I listen to songs that mention things like this. Does the individual seem distressed at all, or someone else who detect any cohesion? Does the person look underage? Well, from a labor traffic, okay, I'm picking up meals from a restaurant. So if I go to a restaurant, I like Applebee's. I'm sorry, I do. I enjoy their. They have a burger. It's like quesadilla burger, I think it is. Really good. Oh yeah, pretzels. I'm getting hungry. Anyway, next time I go there, I'm gonna check out to see in the back door and make sure the people are, This is like paranoia John Birch Society bullshit, and this is what I have to watch this. In order to get my bonus, I have to fucking be subjected to this bullshit. You can ask them if they are free to leave, feel safe, or need help. Yeah, I'm gonna go up to somebody and go, hey, are you free to leave? Why? What are you asking? Oh, I'm just checking to make sure you're... Get away from me! Pay particular attention to their demeanor. Okay, my demeanor's not very good. Do they seem nervous talking to you? Well, or are they even free to strike up a conversation? Well, striking up a conversation is something I like to do. And, that's suspect right there. So maybe I'm being trafficked. I don't know. I know it's a serious thing. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying this is some right-wing propaganda bullshit.
Democrats eat babies.
Am I able to speak to people? I just like during the day. Okay. So now I got this training here. So now what I'm going to do is instead of taking a lunch, which I can barely do anyway, and I can barely take a pee sometimes, is that I will start looking around my surrounding areas and see if there's any kind of illegal operations or something, and then I'll just flip out and call the police, and it'll be a freaking daycare or something, and it's like,
Democrats
okay,
eat
so
babies.
the video says lots of traffic, different cars. Okay, well, we got a bunch of cars here. And what else does it say here? Extra security measures that appear out of place or on homes and businesses such as barred or covered windows, barbed wire, exterior cameras. Okay, well, there appears to be barbed wire here, and the windows look to be blacked out, and there's a revolving door, and I have seen men coming in and out as in a revolving door, and they all seem to be wearing purple, and that must be a cult. Like, so might be a cult here. That might be human trafficking right here. There might be human trafficking right here at the terminal, but this is exactly where I came from, where they made me watch the video. So maybe the terminal is a human trafficking place. The calls are coming from inside the building. I get pulled over by a state police officer. I don't want to say cop, that's derogatory. Well, this statey was going to do a DOT check on me, which is fine. They do. They pull us over, make sure we have our triangles, and our, fire extinguisher and all that stuff. Understandable. But this guy looked a lot like the pillow guy, Mike Lindell, and he had a big, he's a mustache, and he had a huge cross. It's just fine, but as a police officer, he had all his gear on and the big cross hanging out, which is like, okay, well, I like Jesus too, but I like a different Jesus, not the one that maybe he likes. And he went through the whole thing and was very, kind of stiff and, robotic. A lot of these guys are. And then at the end of it, he wanted me to open the back of the truck. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess so.
Democrats eat babies.
I couldn't figure it out until later when I realized that he was looking for human trafficking, smuggling. It's real. That is real, okay? And I feel terrible, obviously, because I have compassion for people. But it also is a right-wing fucking nut job paranoia trip as well.
Democrats eat babies.